Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Double Feature Podcast. We are now on episode 4, and I'm here with my older brother, Nick. And for this episode, we are going to talk about Star Wars.
Hell yeah, we are.
There's not much news in the world of Star Wars right now, but we haven't talked about it yet, and we are big Star Wars fans. So we decided before the Odyssey comes out next week, because that episode next week will all be contributed to that, we are going to talk a little bit about Star Wars now, give you some of our takes. So, getting into it. First thing to talk about is Star Wars Starfighter with Ryan Gosling. That's coming out.
Yeah.
When, do you know when it's coming out?
I thought it was supposed to come out either like next year or 2028. I don't remember exactly.
2027 or 28? Yeah.
Something like that. It's probably going to end up coming out like after the Batman, something like that.
After the Batman, that's how you know it's taking forever, because the Batman's taken 50 fucking years
but
to make.
Like, Star Wars Starfighter was announced like 4 fucking years later. Matt Reeves, slow ass. Sorry, Matt Reeves, please work with me.
But that means he's cooking with the sauce. That means he's trying to get it exactly how it
I'm
needs
sure
to be.
he's got the gas
know?
ready to go, so I'm gonna be patient on that. But we're talking about Star Wars now. So,
yes. So, Star Wars Starfighter. First off, what do you think?
So, the problem that Star Wars Starfighter is falling into is the same fucking shit that we've seen.
The same trope?
With like every new Star Wars thing, every other TV show or video game or anything like that. It's the same trope of an older, seasoned veteran taking an unexperienced child out and trying to like complete some sort of mission.
Yeah, the unreluctant hero and the eager child.
Yeah. And the trope is getting really tired. That trope was started by True Grit. The original movie I think came out in the 70s, and then there was the remake in 2010, which is also what Supergirl was based off of True Grit. And but unfortunately, Supergirl came out in a time where that trope has just been used over and over and over again. It's getting fucking tired.
I mean, I'm still hoping that it'll be good, and I'm still excited for it. You know, I love me some Ryan Gosling, and Sean Levy's a pretty good director too. And I mean, I think he's okay, I guess, but. I think that they will. I think that it could be good. I like what I've seen so far. I like how Tom Cruise directing a fight scene. That's interesting.
Oh,
too.
I did hear about that. Yeah.
That could be pretty cool, but we don't know much about it except for you said that you heard a new rumor recently. So I want to hear what that's all about.
So what I heard. I don't know if this is verified. I don't know if this is true. But I heard that Ryan Gosling's character is named Cade. Does that mean anything to you?
Isn't that a... When's it set?
After the OT.
Isn't that one of Luke or Han's kids?
It's Luke's. I think it's Luke's kid. But yeah, Cade Skywalker is supposed to be one of Luke's kids, and he was a big thing in Legends, which that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Is that once Disney came around and picked up Star Wars, they decided they were going to throw out all of the Legends canon, which is
so stupid.
So stupid because a lot of people love that, and there was a lot of cool lore that was added in Legends. But they decided they were just going to start over and, do their own thing.
Yeah, Disney just messed up in so many ways, which we are going to talk about after this, after going through this.
We're going to go into that. But
I mean, there's no reason that they shouldn't have taken George Lucas's ideas for 7, 8, and 9, and then done it on their own spin instead of just completely redoing it. And then,
not all of Legends was George. Actually, most of Legends wasn't George Lucas at all. But
his ideas for 7, 8, and 9 were based off of Legends.
Were they actually? Are you sure about that?
Some of them. I may just be talking out my ass.
I think it's the opposite. Whereas like he had mentioned his plans for 7, 8, and 9, and people made Legends because they had heard of his plans for 7, 8, and 9, and then they just like expanded.
Yeah, that would make more sense. I would assume that's probably that's more accurate.
That's what I think happened. Neither of us actually know what the true details are beyond that. But if Ryan Gosling ends up being Cade Skywalker, I mean that could be really cool. I also heard another interview where like,
see, that scares. This is the first time you told me this, so I'm fresh thinking about it.
Yeah,
that does scare me if they're going that route, because something's gonna happen if they want to keep the sequels as canon to the point where this doesn't work well, because like in the sequels it shows him as like not having any kids ever, and like
that's true.
So like then they're just gonna have to then he's gonna have to die in that movie or the next movie,
not
or they're gonna have to explain away some stuff, and it's just gonna make it too convoluted, too much, and it's just like
they'll probably
they just need to retcon the fucking sequels.
I mean, I agree, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
They'll probably do some bullshit where it's like Luke didn't know about his kid and his kid's just been out.
That'd be even worse. Yeah. That'd be even worse. No, please not that.
They'll probably do some shit like that, which I am not necessarily a fan of, but I think casting Ryan Gosling as a potential like
Luke's kid, that's a good casting.
It's a good casting. No. He looks like him.
It is a good casting.
So I don't hate it. It's just we need to see how it's executed, and like I said, I'm still tired of the trope.
But I would be so hyped for that rumor if it wasn't for the sequels.
Yeah.
Like if this was like they didn't have to call it episode 7, but if this was the first movie that Disney were to produce coming out and they said, "Oh, it's Ryan Gosling, he's Luke's son," set 15 years after the OT, my hype would be through the roof.
Yeah.
But because of the sequels, hearing that, now I'm just like,
it's not.
I don't want this.
Honestly, the whole thing about Starfighter to me is like I'm very cautious about it. I don't even want to say I'm cautiously optimistic, because
just cautious.
I'm just cautious because Star Wars really has been. They have not been on the fucking ball a lot recently, which I think kind of leads into what we're about to talk about next.
Yeah, you've said everything you want to say about Starfighter?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go on to what we were going to talk about next, which is what Star Wars needs to do to no longer be dead. Because it's a pretty general consensus within Star Wars fans that Star Wars is dead. And that's really sad to me, because ever since I've gotten deeper into film and I've wanted to pursue film, I've thought Star Wars is just so plentiful with lore and has so many good stories available to use. There should never be a point where fans are saying, "Oh, the brand is dead." Like, you had to seriously mess up to have fans thinking that.
And they did.
I know. It's really sad for sure. But we're going to go in and we're first going to talk about the problems with Disney Star Wars.
So, really the main thing that sticks out to me, obviously, like with the sequel trilogy as a whole, they didn't have a plan, like, at all. You can, from movie to movie, the entire, like, plot structure fucking changes, like, almost immediately. Like,
first it's about finding Luke because he's the Jedi that will save them all. Then it's about, oh, Luke actually isn't the Jedi that will save us all. Luke's actually a piece of shit, dog shit human being. And then it switches back to, oh, I was wrong about that, and now it's all up to you to be. Yeah, it's just all over the place. It's
a mess, and that was the beginning of the end for Disney Star Wars. But then, like, what they're trying to do now, and they did have something good with The Mandalorian, and like Andor is incredible, obviously. Like, we have those things. Don't look at me like that. We'll get to that later. All right.
He hasn't watched Andor season 2. I've been telling him for 50 years
to watch Andor season 2. I had to beg this man to watch Andor season 1 for years. And then he came back, and ever since he watched both seasons, he was like, I've been telling you for years. I've been telling you for years.
Watch Peak Door. Watch Peak Door. You're missing out. I don't know what you're missing. I don't know why you keep holding off, man. Like, you got to watch Peak Door.
Shut up. Shut up. Anyways, where was I going with that? What were we talking about? I forgot.
Disney Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. What I was trying to say was, Mandalorian was good for a bit. But what they're trying to do now...
Seasons 1 and 2 were goated.
Yeah, they were. But what it feels like Star Wars is trying to do now is appeal to everyone. Every single person that you can possibly appeal to. And one of my favorite quotes, I don't know who said it, but it's something along the lines of, if you appeal to everyone, you appeal to no one. Because it's impossible to
please everyone.
It's impossible to please everyone. And when you try to do that, you end up just making down a watered down, like, boring, cliche, like, just predictable mess most of the time. And it feels like that's the path that Star Wars has been on for the past, like, 4 or 5 years, except, bar Andor, bar early seasons of Mandalorian. They've just been trying to do this cookie cutter ass bullshit, which is same sort of problems that MCU has been facing in some regards.
But Star Wars is on a whole nother level.
Star Wars
Star Wars has fucked up way more than the MCU has, and people stuck with Star
MCU's
Wars.
has some pretty high caliber fuck ups, but
anything worse than the Acolyte?
No.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. So for me, I've thought about it a lot, and the major mistakes that they've made, Disney Star Wars, is not capitalizing on their legacy characters, and then just wanting to stick to this TV format no matter what. There's a third one actually, and Finn. That's all I gotta say.
Dude,
you know the rest. You know the rest.
Even fucking John Boyega.
I feel so bad for him.
I feel bad for him because he had the golden ticket for real. Like,
I saw videos on TikTok the other day of him, like, during the Force Awakens press tour. That man was so happy.
He was excited as hell because...
And then after that,
he had the opportunity of a lifetime. They literally set him up to be a Force-sensitive stormtrooper, which is, like, one of the most
would have been the coolest plots. Yeah.
Interesting plot lines you could have come up with. Mm-hmm. And then they just completely shot that shit into the dirt and made him the, like, most boring side character of all time in the next 2 movies, even though he had so much potential in the first one. But in general, they just... It's really frustrating when you can just tell from movie to movie that there is just zero plan. How are you going to have a trilogy and have no plan?
Much money to get the franchise, and then you just don't have a plan?
Billions,
yeah.
And you have no plan.
But back to what I was saying, like the main thing, the main one is the legacy characters, 100%.
Oh,
you can't, like, the sequel trilogy, they did not have a single scene where Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and Harrison Ford
That's what I was going to bring up.
That's absolutely fucking criminal.
That's heresy at that point.
Yeah,
like, how the fuck do you get all 3 of them back, and there's not a single fucking scene?
But I can name off multiple. You want me to keep going? After that, they finally get Luke back in Episode 8. Any Star Wars fan wanted was to see Luke as the badass, optimistic hero, the greatest hero, as everybody knew him as the OT.
Yep.
Instead, he's drinking titty milk out of a fucking alien. Ridiculous. And then they kill him for absolutely no reason. Dude. But going away from the sequel trilogy, there's another big contention, which is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, that show is so bad.
Do you fumble a show about Obi-Wan Kenobi in between Episode 3 and Episode 4 with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen coming back as Darth Vader? There should have been Clone Wars flashbacks. There was one, and that was it. It was actually before Clone Wars. It was Attack of the Clones flashback.
It was Attack of the Clones flashback.
There should have been Clone Wars flashbacks. There should have been more showing Vader in his back to take in his struggles and his nightmares, more of Obi-Wan's nightmares. They should have had more of Qui-Gon. Like, near the end, he starts getting in tune with Qui-Gon.
I do like the inclusion of Qui-Gon.
But they wanted to focus on Reva, and that's fucking it.
And, God, like, she's a poorly written character.
So poorly written.
But
people online will say we're just sexist because we didn't like her.
Or racist.
Yeah,
no, she's just poorly written. Exactly. And that's the thing. I want representation in everything that I have that I watch, but you have to write them well. You still have to have good written characters. That's the whole fucking point. Like, everything's gonna be bad if it's written bad. You know, like, so. But
yeah, I'm mad at the sequels the most with Disney Star Wars because they fucked up everything past that point. But they had a golden ticket with Obi-Wan, and they shit the bed so hard.
Dude, and that's the thing.
They didn't need to. They could have kept the Leia plotline. They could have kept everything almost exactly the same,
except the Leia chasing scene. That shit's bad.
Yes, that too.
Shit's bad.
But if they kept everything the same, cut out Reva, and the time that Reva's on screen, do flashbacks in Obi-Wan's perspective, Anakin's perspective, or the actual flashbacks. They just did that. That's the only change they had to make. The show could have been goated.
Dude, and there's even the whole thing with that show where there are great scenes. They could have just
whenever he says goodbye, Darth.
Yeah, dude.
At the end, that's such a great scene.
I think one of the biggest problems with what they did with that show is that it was supposed to be a movie. And you can tell that it was just stretched.
Did you hear the leaks of the movie? The movie sounded so good.
I heard some of them. I kind of forget the details at this point. But
the main writer of it, he wanted to make it a trilogy, and he wanted, I think it was like the first movie to end or to be a big plot point of the first movie or the second movie, either or, where Obi-Wan's having visions and like it shows Luke turning to the dark side, showing him that he failed again, and then he has to learn how to get past that. Like, they just fumbled that shit so bad. You know the Patterson cut, right? Whenever he cut down the Obi-Wan show into a movie, and everybody said it was way I never watched it.
I never got to watch it,
but people said it was way better.
I heard it was way better, too.
And I don't doubt it.
And, you know, there's still some, like, even just within what we got from the Kenobi show that was good, there were still, like, some minor lore-breaking moments, like, just Obi-Wan and Darth Vader meeting each other at all between 3 and 4 goes against what is said in A New Hope.
Not necessarily.
It does, but it's fine.
It doesn't fully because
it's just a retcon, you know what I mean? Like,
you're talking about when he says I was but the learner, but now I am the master. That
I think so.
He was still learning how to be to harness the dark side.
No, but the thing is,
still mean
it's not. He doesn't just say that. He's like there's a specific line where he says something about how he hasn't seen him in a long time. I don't remember what exactly is said, but
I don't think that breaks the lore too much.
There's a little bit of lore breaking, but like I said, it's
you can nitpick it more.
Yeah,
because the show wasn't good. If the show was good, nobody would be nitpicking that.
Yeah.
Everybody would be like, okay, this was goated.
This shit is peak.
Yeah.
But like the amount of edits that I've seen of like the final scene between Obi-Wan and Vader in the Kenobi show is like that's an incredible scene.
Incredible scene. The way his face goes from red to blue.
And the way they
Disney
switch from
is so blind to shit. Apparently that was unintentional. How the light on his face switches from red to blue.
There's no way that was unintentional.
I thought they were cooking and doing that intentionally. It was unintentional.
There's no way that was unintentional.
Yeah, no, they did not do that purposefully.
But then, like when it switches from like James Earl Jones's voice and Hayden Christensen's voice, like that is
that's intentional.
Obviously. I know that's intentional, but I'm saying that's like that that shit works so well for me in that scene.
And his final Obi-Wan scream, that was pretty. Where you hear half Hayden, half James Earl Jones screaming Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that shit is good.
Yeah. It's just, they just fumble shit that they should easily be able to go crazy with.
There was a lot of good to be picked out of that show, but it feels like literally
they picked the worst parts.
75% of the runtime is just wasted on shit that we don't fucking care about.
Another point that I just thought of with the big issue with Disney Star Wars is Jesus Christ, hire back Nick Gilroy or hire back somebody competent, bro. Like, the choreography is...
Isn't it Tony Gilroy for Andor? Or am I tweaking?
I'm not talking about Andor. I'm talking about fight choreography.
Oh, okay.
He was the prequel fight choreographer.
Okay. I tweaked.
But the lightsaber fights have been so ass.
They really have.
They have been so ass.
I've heard...
The biggest glaring mistake is the finale of Ahsoka when they're fighting off all the undead stormtroopers and they're moving their lightsabers literally like this fast.
Yeah.
To block them.
Well,
and it looks so goofy. It looks so stupid.
A lot of the problem with the lightsabers is that they've tried to make them like real props that have lights on them, and they're like weighted heavier.
So you can't swing them as fast.
Whereas in the prequels and I think the OT as well, it was just the handle for the lightsaber,
that's it.
And it was a fucking stick.
Yeah,
that they put VFX over, and they should just stick with that because the lightsaber choreography in the prequels is incredible. It's obviously flashy.
The OT has better fights than the sequel trilogy too.
Dude, I hate how heavy all lightsabers look in modern Star Wars. Like they're not like it's like, it's not supposed to like be swung like a sword because
it's an elegant weapon.
It's shut the fuck
like
up.
Obi-Wan says.
It's literally a beam of fucking plasma. It's not supposed to be heavy. It's supposed to be light as shit. Like you're supposed to be able to whip that shit around and like.
It's just a light.
Yeah,
saber.
Bitch ass. Sorry, my bad.
That was just uncalled for.
Hey, my bad, bro. My bad, bro. Dog.
You got anything else about your issues with Disney Star Wars? The Acolyte.
I mean that. I literally couldn't get past the first episode. It was so bad.
See, the thing I just complained about, the lightsaber choreography.
I've heard that's good in that show.
That is the best that they have done.
I've heard it's great in that show.
But everything else in that show sucks.
I could not get past the first episode because the dialogue was dog shit awful. Like I just
not good at all.
I couldn't watch anymore. I couldn't force myself to because it was so terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Beyond that, I don't think there's much else to talk about for right now.
I think we covered most of it.
Yeah.
So instead of just being bitches and critiquing the entire time, just being dumb, nitpicky bitches, which we're not even nitpicking, but
yeah, we're kind of
we're kind of valid, right? We're kind of valid, but
problems.
Let's let's give alternatives to what they could do. So project ideas, what do you have? I already have 2 off the dome right now. If you don't have one, you need to think of it. Do you want me to just go?
Yeah, you go first. I don't have one right now.
Okay. So I got 2 bangers that I don't understand why they have not thought of doing this at all. One of these, it's like there's no reason they shouldn't have done it already, which is, you see this here, the Thrawn trilogy. It is the biggest.
Oh, absolutely. That
it is the biggest Legends like thing possible, and for Dave Filoni's next Star Wars movie, he said he's going to be adapting the Thrawn trilogy. I do not think you can do that successfully without making a animated show, Clone Wars styles animation, about Luke after the OT trilogy. Luke, Han, and Leia after the OT trilogy.
Yeah.
I don't understand
why the Jedi Order.
Yeah, I don't understand why that has not been made yet. That is the easiest slam dunk home run that they could do.
Yeah, and
making an animated Clone Wars Luke Skywalker show, that's all anybody wants.
And
that's all anybody wants.
Mark Hamill's literally a voice actor.
And he's still alive. So you guys better hurry before it gets to that point.
Okay, don't say that, please.
Okay, yeah.
I can't lose my fucking mans.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. He's goated. Yeah, he's goated.
I can't. One of the ideas that I have is, why do we not have a standalone Darth Vader movie?
I was gonna say something like that. I had a little bit of a different plan for the next thing I was gonna say, but what would you think for a Darth Vader movie?
So a Darth Vader movie should basically be a fucking horror movie. Like in Rogue One, in the hallway scene.
That shit was terrifying.
Yeah, that shit is terrifying. But
yeah,
you just have him getting orders from Sidious, like the whole movie, and he's just like laying waste to people, like absolutely destroying them. And you have like there's that one comic. I don't know if it's in this comic. It might be. I haven't read that one yet. Where they have the scene where he's like, where there's a bunch of rebels.
Oh, all I'm surrounded by is fear and dead people. Yeah.
You're just gonna ruin it for me. The rebels are like, stop where you are, and he's like, or they're like, you're surrounded, and he's like, all I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men. Like, have him do some aura farming throughout the whole movie, but then like also have it be a critique on what the Empire is and like how they're just fucking destroying
whatever they can get.
They're just destroying the galaxy, and you have all these people that are trying to fight against, tyranny essentially, and they're just getting their shit wrecked because
I just thought of a pretty good idea too, is do a Darth Vader trilogy.
Yeah.
So the first one is the first movie is him still not coming to terms with being Darth Vader, and I've heard about a legend story where he goes to try to find a way to resurrect Padme. So that's the first movie, him trying to resurrect Padme, and once he realizes he doesn't,
trying to follow some Darth Plagueis type shit,
enraged. So then the second movie is just him as enraged as he is as Darth Vader and just slaughtering everybody. And then the third movie is him becoming more, and then let's say the second movie ends right once Obi-Wan Kenobi show is about to pick up, and then after that he realizes he has to be more calm and collected, channeling his rage in the third movie. And then that's about, I don't know what that one could be about, but you see the vision, like the story points that you could go with it. The sort of
progression for Vader as a character.
I was also thinking there should 100% be a horror movie, and I have two ideas for two good horror movies in Star Wars, which would be, one, the main character is a Jedi that is stranded on like a small planet or like a star cruiser, and Vader is the villain. So Vader is the horror villain, and it's a Jedi. Well, yeah,
that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, it's like a Padawan that like it's just like
he's like the protagonist, but he's like trying to escape Vader the whole time.
But he can't escape. You know how it's gonna end.
You can't escape Vader.
Yeah, exactly. And then another like similar prompt, but like where stormtroopers are stuck on like a star destroyer and they're the protagonists. You give some humanity to the stormtroopers, but there's a crazy like alien that's super vicious and super aggressive and super scary looking. There's enough aliens in Star Wars where you could just come up with a terrifying looking one.
Oh yeah.
And they're trying to survive on the star destroyer, and it just, there's so many ways you could go with that, where you see them getting picked off like it's Batman chasing after them, like, and they all trying to find a way to survive, like Alien but in Star Wars.
Alien, but Vader as the alien would kind of go crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I mean? You know.
I also think it would be really cool to explore the Old Republic, which why the fuck haven't they yet, bro? It's so rich with lore. It's so rich with lore, and they just have
still have never gotten a like movie that has a war against the Jedi and Sith where it's like equally matched.
Yeah,
we need that, dude. We need that.
And like, you can pull from the Old Republic MMO. You can pull from Knights of the Old Republic 1. You can pull from Knights of the Republic 2, which we're gonna get to those later. But the Old Republic has genuinely so much shit going on that I cannot believe they haven't fucking made a movie in that era yet.
Yeah, it's like, kind of blasphemy.
That's another thing. That Disney, they just don't want to explore the shit that they have right in fucking front of them, bro. Like,
It really seems like they're allergic to money.
Yeah,
it really does. Let's make an Obi-Wan Kenobi show, but make a random Inquisitor the main character.
Yeah.
Oh, let's make Mando season. Let's make it so everything that happened at the end of Mando season 2, which was our biggest success, let's make all of that be concluded by the start of Mando season 3. Like, it's like
let's have, Grogu, who was sent off to be with a fucking Jedi, Luke Skywalker,
Just be back at the beginning of season 3. Be back
at the beginning of season 3 because all the character development was turned around in a different fucking show. Which was supposed to be for Boba Fett.
And he was also mischaracterized.
And he was sidelined in his own fucking show. Like, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing?
And it wasn't Boba Fett. Like, it was a peace man. That's not Boba Fett. That's not the Boba Fett we know.
It's just frustrating. Like, I don't understand their choices. But I think now would be a good time for us to move on from complaining about Star Wars and talk about... I mean, there's still going to be complaining in this list, but talk about our favorite Star Wars movies, or our ranking of all the Star Wars movies. I think it's a good time for that.
Before that, though, I said I was going to bring this up on the episode, and I forgot to at the beginning. I got to bring up the funniest thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. So this weekend, during 4th of July...
Oh, God damn it, you piece of shit. God, you suck. Why are you bringing this up?
So on the 4th of July, me and Nick go to my closest friend's house because they're doing a firework. They're doing fireworks there, and we're all hanging out. So once we finish shooting all of our fireworks,
you're such a dick. You're such a dick for this.
We decided to shoot Roman candles at each other. If you don't know, they're just fireworks that you literally point and shoot. And so we were going to shoot them at each other, do a little war. And Nick was on my team, and I was like trying to make sure I was going to do it correctly. So I was asking people, so how do I do this? He's like, and so Nick starts going to me, oh, you've never lit Roman candles before? You don't know how to light a Roman candle, yada, 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 yada. So we start our first battle, and we all light it and point it at the opposition like we're supposed to. But then Nick instead lights it.
Okay.
Points it right at his face. We have a video of it. Someone's like, hey, bro, don't point that at your face, bro. You still see him just right there. You see the firework just go boom.
Well, he said that like right before it fucking shot out. I didn't have time to fucking react. But I want you to know, every Roman candle or at least that I feel like I've shot before, you would light it from one end and then you would flip it over and it would shoot out the other end. But this one, you lit it, and it came out the same end that you lit it from. So I just thought it was going to go out the other end. I can't believe you brought this shit up.
But yeah, this man shot himself directly in the face.
In the cheek.
With a fire.
Notice how there's no scars. There's no scars. All I did was get like some gunpowder, maybe in my eyes a little bit, and like on my chest. I'm fine. I'm good. No scars. Nothing. I'm fine.
That's what makes it funnier for me. That's what makes it the funniest moment of my life.
Yeah, because you would have been like, oh, he's hurt. Oh, I can't laugh. But now you're like, he's not hurt at all, so I could laugh my head off.
So it's the funniest thing ever.
Piece of shit. God. Why do we even need to talk about that? Let's move on to fucking Star Wars list, you piece of shit. God.
He is right, though. We do got to move on to what will be both of our rankings of all the Star Wars movies, except for Mandalorian and Grogu, because we have not watched that yet. That's how dead Star Wars is. We're huge Star Wars fans. We didn't even want to watch Mandalorian and Grogu.
We would go to every opening night of Star Wars movie. I haven't missed a single one since fucking Revenge of the Sith, by the way. You didn't see that in theaters, you piece of
did.
Shit.
At the 25-year anniversary.
Yeah, I saw it in 2000 fucking... Was it 8 when it came? No, it was like 5.
2005.
It was 5. I tweaked. Let me fucking correct myself. Damn.
You're too old to know.
God, you're a piece of shit, dude. I fucking hate this guy. He's a fucking piece of shit. I fucking hate him.
So, anyway, let's go into our list. Here, you go first.
I'll go first. All right. All right, I'm not going to do that again, chat.
Chat? Bro, we're not live.
We're not on Twitch live right now. All right. So, we're going to start with the very obvious worst movie of the Star Wars saga. You don't have the same one, but it is the worst one.
Because it's not obvious.
Rise of Skywalker, it's just so bad. Like,
it's pretty dog shit.
Somehow Palpatine returned. Like, are we dead ass?
Like I told you the other day, me and my friends rewatched that just because we were like, we gotta rewatch it one time and see if our criticisms are valid. That was the most rushed plot point I've ever seen in my life. I do not remember it being that rushed. Bro, there was literally two fight scenes, And then it was somehow Palpatine returned. I was like, how the fuck did we get here?
One of the things that has pissed me off more than anything over the past few years about that movie, did you know that the explanation
was on Fortnite?
Fortnite. Are we kidding? Why is it not in the fucking movie? Why isn't it in the movie? All right. Anyway.
No reason not to be.
Anyways, there's enough bad shit to say about that movie. I think everyone understands why it's 11.
Yeah, we don't have to say much.
10 is The Last Jedi. Now, there's going to be people that are...
fuck anybody who likes that movie.
There are so many defenders of The Last Jedi, and I just can't agree with you. I can't agree with you because that movie, all it does is shit on what Star Wars is.
Damn right it does.
And I can only barely understand people's plot points, or not plot points, but people's not criticisms, but praises of this movie when it does look really good. It does have some really good looking scenes.
That doesn't save a fucking movie though.
Some people will say that Luke's regression makes sense because he's an old hermit, but
it doesn't.
With Star Wars is very much good versus evil. There's these very clear lines drawn in the sand about what each character is, and I'm not saying there's no room for gray morals in the Star Wars universe, but when you have Luke Skywalker, who is the paragon of virtue in the entire fucking saga, you cannot revert his character back to being this questioning, this doubtful character when his whole point of his character development in the OT is him overcoming that and learning how to fight for good even when he knows his father is evil. He saves him.
Yeah, I see people say did you not watch the OT? Do you not see how reckless he is in that? He learns. The entire trilogy. That's the fucking point.
Yeah, it's
are you dumb?
Return of the Jedi has one of the best character development moments of all time when he's like, I'm a Jedi, like my father before me. Mm-hmm. Come on, bro, that cooks. How are you going to revert that in The Last Jedi?
Because they suck.
I just can't believe that they did that. It's so low for me just for that. And then they kill him too, unceremoniously. It's okay.
He dies from being a ghost.
The OT characters can die, and I wouldn't have been mad about it, but you're just going to have him, basically, he so hard that he fucking died.
Bro shit himself and died.
Yeah, come on, bro.
If they literally just made it so that he actually pulled up, I would like the movie a lot more. I still wouldn't like it. But if they made it so where he actually pulled up and he deflected all those all the blaster shots, and then he fought Kylo, and then he let Kylo kill him.
Luke is 100% powerful enough to do that shit too, by the way. Mm-hmm. Come on.
If that happened, I would have liked it a lot more, but I still wouldn't have liked it.
Yeah. Ninth, this one's a pretty simple one to explain. Attack of the Clones. It's just fucking boring. Half the movie is spent on Padme and Anakin romance, and it's cheesy.
Do you think he likes sand?
It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Yeah, I don't think he fucks with sand, bro.
But yeah, it's just boring. And there are parts I like about it, like the Geonosis Coliseum scene. That's cool.
R.I.P. a goat, Coleman fucking Trevor, man. Fuck. Makes me sad every time.
I can't believe they would do this to him. Nah. Coleman, he just gets shot too, unceremoniously as well.
Mischaracterized. He would never have that happen to him. Never.
Yeah, I especially like the Camino scenes in Attack of the Clones are great. Especially with Obi-Wan and
came
Jango
up with
Fett.
The seismic blast. The best sound in Star Wars came from that.
Come on. But that's about all I have to say about that movie. It's just not that special. 8 is Solo.
Why is it so low?
Honestly, Solo is just one of those movies that I walked out of the theater and was like, okay, I watched it.
Nothing burger.
Yeah, like it just didn't do anything for me. And I think the coolest part of the movie is Darth Maul showing up at the end. And like
I would disagree with that.
I just Alden Ehrenreich, I don't know if that's how you say his name.
Close enough.
I do think he does a decent job as Han Solo, but it's impossible to replace Harrison Ford. It's just you're not gonna live up to him ever.
How
but
do you replace the GOAT? You can't.
Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian though is a great casting.
Oh, phenomenal!
Great
he
casting.
Fucking killed it.
But yeah, beyond that, it just doesn't do anything for me, and that's really all I have to say about it. Next is Phantom Menace. I think Phantom Menace has some really great points, but it's just bogged down by stupid shit like Jar Jar.
Same
and
as the Kenobi series. If you just take out the fluff and hone in on the story, it
could be really good.
100%.
Like I really especially like the kind of like espionage style shit that they got going on with Padme.
I love Qui-Gon too.
Qui-Gon is literally one of the best characters in the prequels. Like he's such an interesting character, and I wish he could have had more explored with him. Thank you, Clone Wars, for doing that. Yeah, I love the Phantom Menace. Also, some of the best music in Star Wars. Oh my god! Oh my god! All right.
Paulina hears us in the other room.
Yeah,
she's
I'm
like,
sure
these
she
dudes
does.
are fucking special.
She's like, do I hear autism?
Maybe just a sprinkle.
Sorry,
just
guys.
a sprinkle.
We might have a little bit of the tism.
Hopefully it's entertaining, though.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
6 is The Force Awakens. I do understand the criticism of it's just kind of a New Hope rehash, but I really enjoyed this movie a lot when I first watched it. And the only thing that brings it down more for me is how badly the rest of the fucking sequels fumbled. Like, Kylo Ren was an interesting character. Finn was set up to be this awesome stormtrooper turned Jedi. Like, that could have been so cool.
And they fumbled it.
And they just absolutely let everything fall to shit.
Yeah.
And I even like Rey. A lot of people complain about Rey. They make her worse in the next 2 movies, but she was good in this movie.
She was good in Force Awakens.
Yeah.
I liked her.
So, like, I think Force Awakens is a good movie, and I would be more willing to rewatch it if I didn't know what followed.
You should rewatch Force Awakens. Force Awakens is pretty solid.
I probably will. But then 5, this is where we start getting to the cream of the fucking crop here.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue One. Dude, there is no Disney Star Wars movie that expands on the lore and makes it better in the way that this movie does. Oh my god, it's so good.
Peak Door makes for Rogue One better too, but you wouldn't know that, would you?
I do. I've seen the first fucking season, you asshole. Anyway,
the second season makes it even better.
I'm sure. I didn't like the first 2 episodes of the second season, so I just gotta come back to it. Anyways, Rogue One, the whole like Rogue Squad. I mean, they're called Rogue One, but you know what I mean. Like, trying to steal the plans for the Death Star so that we have a reason that they are able to blow up the Death Star in A New Hope. Great idea. And all the characters are great. K2SO is my favorite droid in the series, I think. I fucking love K2SO.
The cinematography is honestly better than
cinematography
Last
great.
Jedi.
Maybe. I don't know if I go that far. I just hate The Last Jedi as a movie, but I think
so. You should agree with me.
But the cinematography is great in that movie. I can't deny. The whole everyone dies at the end of the movie works really well for this movie. I just love it. And the Darth Vader scene is the best Darth Vader scene in history. It just is.
100%.
A New Hope is number 4. Love A New Hope.
It is number 4. You're right.
Sorry, guys. He's an idiot.
I have made a lot of dumb jokes so far today.
It's fine. A New Hope is just. I mean, you literally can't get more classic than A New Hope. It is the classic, and there are just so many things that they establish about Star Wars in this movie that's just so perfectly done. I think overall, looking back on Star Wars, Like, if you watch this shit in theaters, it's one of the most revolutionary movies you've ever seen, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, when you're growing up. But, like, looking back on the whole of Star Wars, it just doesn't feel like it has as much punch as the rest of the list, I think. But I still love it. It's incredible. Sets up so much. Love New Hope.
That's a fair take.
3 is Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
It is the best climax to Star Wars, period. I
agree. The throne scene is the best.
Return of the Jedi, the throne scene is like the best scene in Star Wars, period, if you ask me. It's just bogged down by like
top 3 for sure.
It's bogged down by some of the middle of the movie with, Endor and the Ewoks. And I even like the Ewoks. They're charming.
I grew up watching Episode 6 my entire life. Yeah. I love Ewoks. I never had any beef with the Ewoks.
Don't get me wrong. I love the Ewoks. I love Endor. Like, a lot of it's very charming, but they kind of like mess up the pacing a little bit that way, and just, but like the beginning and the end of the movie are just like peak Star Wars. So yeah. 2 and 1 are like interchangeable for me, but I have to just go by what is actually better. My personal favorite would maybe have these flopped. But
it's your list. It should be your personal favorite.
If you think about what movie is actually better, like I just have to go with this list. 2 is Revenge of the Sith. I mean, Anakin's fall to the dark side is one of the best portrayed, like, hero turned villain stories ever. It's so good, and the action scenes are all incredible. The beginning scene. I remember watching this shit in the theater with our dad, just being fucking awestruck at what I was seeing on the screen. And, the space battle in the beginning, Grievous against Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan against Anakin, fucking so good. And you can't forget the best cinematic scene of all time. Anakin killing younglings.
I was wondering where you're going with that. Cinema, right there.
Absolute cinema.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Martin Scorsese. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, and also the music. Perfect for that movie. Phantom Menace might be a little bit better music-wise, but actually, honestly, A New Hope might be the best music-wise in the whole saga, just because the Binary Sun theme is, like, I think the best song in Star Wars.
Yeah, it is pretty goated.
But yeah, Revenge of the Sith is just amazing. Mustafar is also just a fucking incredible location in the Star Wars universe. Anyways, Empire Strikes Back gotta be number 1.
I respect it.
It's just gotta be number 1. I feel like I would just be beating a dead horse talking about why it's as good as it is. Luke, I am your father. No, I am your father is the actual quote.
Fucking it up, man. Come on.
But man, just absolutely pure, unadulterated cinema in that movie.
You are not wrong at all. So, we are now on to my list. For my least favorite Star Wars movie of all time, which, by the way, is also my least favorite movie of all time. I fucking hate this movie. It's The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I hate everything about it. This movie, I disliked it so much that I literally, like, my first starts to wanting to get into film and doing media was because of The Last Jedi, because I was so hyped for The Last Jedi. I was watching all the theories while they were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And leaving the theater the first watch, I was like, I could have done better.
No, literally.
I could have done better. So that really pushed me forward to, pursue something in film or in media. It's just, everything about it is so bad. The Canto Bight scene, the Canto Bight section
the casino
is so horrible.
Dude, I forgot to even mention that.
Benicio del Toro's character, he's a great actor. His character is dog shit. They take everything that was set up with Finn, him being Force sensitive, him gonna be a Jedi, just turned him into Rey. That's all they turned him into. The choreography is dog shit. The throne room is so fucking ass, and I don't understand how people think that's a good scene. If you watch every second of it, the choreography fucks up in some way. It's so horrible. Killing Snoke was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Having Luke be a projection and die from being a projection is the dumbest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. And just Luke's character is the biggest character assassination I've ever seen of all time.
Nah, it's pretty bad.
I just went through all those consecutively ranting. I don't really have to say more about it. I feel like you can tell with how much I was just... You hear my volumes getting up while I'm talking about it. So I don't think I need to say any more.
It's so bad.
My least favorite movie of all time. My least favorite Star Wars movie. I don't think anything could ever be that bad as a Star Wars movie. Or in general, you know? Fuck that movie. Even though Rian Johnson did make the best Breaking Bad episode of all time.
He also made the Knives Out series, which are
pretty goated. Yeah. But at number 10, I have The Rise of Skywalker. So, objectively, it is a worse made film, but I don't hate it as much. Like, I could probably get sloshed
and have a good time.
Watch Rise of Skywalker and just laugh at how stupid and dumb it is.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi, if I got sloshed and watched it, I would get mad. I'd probably break my TV if I got hammered and did it. Yeah. I don't really have to say much more about Rise of Skywalker. We already said it. It's just the biggest mess of a movie I've ever seen in my life.
It's such a mess.
Yeah, it's rough. At number 9, same as him, I have Attack of the Clones. Everything past this point, I like. I like every Star Wars movie.
I like Attack of the Clones
except for the last two. It's just... Yeah, the dialogue is terrible. There's too many glup shitto bullshits. The CGI doesn't age well. But the cool parts are really cool. I mean...
Yeah, I agree.
Count Dooku, Obi-Wan, and Anakin against each other is pretty cool. And Battle of Geonosis is dope. And, I mean, what I like about the prequels is even whenever the dialogue is so bad that it makes the movie bad, is that, like, the lore implications and the lore that's set up in it is still pretty interesting.
The world building in the prequels is second to fucking none.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly. At number 8... I have Solo, and I like Solo better than this man does, but I think, but we have it at the same spot. I do like Solo more than he does, though, because I think it's a good movie. I think it's a good addition to the franchise. It's a little unnecessary, but you learn how Lando and Han met, Chewie and Han met, and how he got the Falcon, and I felt everybody portrayed the characters correctly as they were supposed to. I mean, like you said, of course you can't beat Harrison Ford, but...
Yeah. No.
He did the best he could have.
Yeah, like I said, I like the guy.
He did good. It's a good movie overall. I would recommend it to someone if they were getting into Star Wars. At number 7, I got The Phantom Menace. Like I said, if you just shave out Jar Jar, shave out some of the bullshit, and hone in on the story, it could have been a really good movie. And the fight choreography is top tier.
Oh my god, yeah.
Duel of the Fates is one of the best lightsaber fights ever made. And the sequels could have topped it, but they got dog shit choreographers, so they did not. But yeah, I still love Phantom Menace. I'll still watch it any day. I have a friend who it's his least favorite Star Wars movie, and he is not a fan of it at all. It is a pretty racist movie, too.
Revenge of the Sith has a little bit of that, too.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's still enjoyable. I would still... watch it at any point, and I still love that movie. Number 6, I got Rogue One. I thought Rogue One was really good too. It drags a little at the beginning, but the ending and Darth Vader scene is just incredible. Like, you can't go wrong with that. The ending hour, if you put it on, you'll enjoy it. And I really like the blind. I don't know if he used to be a Jedi or if he just knows the Force and his homie.
I think he was a Jedi, but I might be wrong about
I like
that.
both of them a lot, and of course, I love Andor.
Don't look at me like that. I'm gonna get to season 2 at some point. I got a lot of shit to catch.
But Andor makes Rogue One better. Anyway, that's all I got about that. My number 5 favorite Star Wars movie is The Force Awakens. It is a rehash of A New Hope, but I thought they did it really well. Like, I liked everything that they were setting up. If they had good stories after that were like tailing off of what that movie set up, the trilogy could have been great, and I would think of Force Awakens higher.
Yeah, literally.
Like if The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker were on Empire and Return of Jedi levels, then
Force Awakens would be on a New Hope.
I would be
level,
I would be putting Force Awakens above of A New Hope.
I don't know about all that,
but then yes, number 4, same for me, is A New Hope. Honestly, oh wait, no, my list is not the exact same anymore. New Hope is just a classic. You gotta love it. Not much more to say that you haven't said. Great movie. It started one of the biggest franchises that should be way more popular than it is right now.
No shit,
Disney
dude.
didn't shit the bed. Number 3, same as him as well, I have Return of the Jedi. I see people hate on Return of the Jedi so much, and I don't get it. That was my favorite Star Wars movie growing up. Now that I've, grown up a little more, it's my 3rd favorite, but
still fucking up there, man.
I love Return of the Jedi.
It's so good.
The beginning scene, Jabba's palace, and the ending is, like we said, one of the... I think they ended the trilogy perfectly, the way that they did.
Absolutely.
Just for Disney to shit the bed. Here's where ours is different, because I think we were pretty much this... No, I have a Force Awakens over Rogue One where you didn't. But this is also where we're different, because I got Empire at number 2 and Revenge of the Sith at number 1. And I have that because, yes, you're right, Empire is objectively the better made film, better written, better all that. But Episode 3 is what I think of when I think Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's the most Star Warsy, like, Star Wars you could have. So many space battles, so many lightsaber fights, the Jedi versus the Sith, and the corruption of the Jedi with the corruption of the Senate, how that makes Palpatine rise to power. I feel it was written really, really well.
Yeah.
Pretty brilliantly, because the Jedi were becoming corrupt and the Senate was corrupted by him, and then he just played both sides to make it so that he could win the war overall. And then, of course, Obi-Wan versus Anakin at the end is
the best fight in the whole fucking series.
Pretty goated.
Yeah.
And people will say like he said, like we said, how Hat Guy shits on it. He says that fight goes on for too long.
He shits on that fight? I didn't even know that.
He says that it goes on for too long.
Let us be on your podcast, but fuck you for that take.
I love whenever they're swinging back and forth on that shit.
Dude, the funniest shit is when they're just like swinging each other and they're like, both missing each other for like 2 seconds. That shit cracks me up.
I don't think that they could have done the ending for how Anakin becomes Darth Vader, how he does, better.
I don't think they could either. I think they really did nail it.
And yeah, it's just my favorite Star Wars movie because it's the most Star Wars-esque type movie that I see, even though it's not the first one. It's just more of the sci-fi and more of the... You understand what I'm trying to say. It's hard to explain it, but that is my list. Our lists are pretty similar. We have a couple different changes, but that is all we got for our rankings. We'll talk about one more thing before we end it off, which is... these bad boys right here. The Star Wars Jedi games. Mm-hmm. Which...
I haven't finished Survivor, guys.
This man just doesn't finish anything. Are you guys seeing the goddamn trend?
No. Like, I didn't finish Survivor because I was playing it on a PC that couldn't fucking run the game. Okay? I have it on PlayStation 5 now. I just have to actually finish it.
I'm seeing a trend here.
It's not a trend. You do this shit too. Anyway.
So, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about what we think could happen for the third game. So, I think I got to tread carefully with this man because he hasn't finished it. But unfortunately, and I hate to say it, I think the only way that the story can end
is Cal dying.
By this man's hands.
Thrawn's? You think so?
This man's hands.
I thought you were pointing at the comic. No, I thought so too. That's actually what I was going to talk about too. So.
I think that's the only way it could go, which really sucks. But
we all love
there
Cal,
is another option I can't really go into that. Is that he just hides away. I mean, from the Empire until the OT is done, and then he's in projects after the OT. Because the way it's set up as Survivor, he could easily do that. But I'm not going to tell you what that means since you're behind.
I know at least a little bit.
What do you know?
Doesn't he go to like some kind of alternate dimension?
They're on a hidden planet.
Yeah, a hidden planet, and they were going to like rebuild the Jedi Order there.
Yeah, so he could rebuild that.
I got that far.
He could rebuild the Jedi temple there.
Yeah. And survive.
And honestly, I think it'd be cool if they went that route to have it start as him. The game starts as him as a master after the original trilogy, and then he's like, I'm finally gonna go out and start the Jedi over and take over the Empire. But Luke already beat the Empire.
But so that's where that's where I'm kind of like I'm agreeing with a lot of the like OT trilogy. Original trilogy, OT. No.
Bro, you got it.
You know what I mean. You got it. I mean.
You got it.
Anyway, I kind of agree with a lot of the OT, people that think that there are too many people from the prequel era, too many Jedis from the prequel era surviving, and
I agree.
I think maybe the best course of action is that he dies, even though I don't want him to, because he's a great character. I think it makes more sense canonically.
Or put him in the Thrawn trilogy.
It could go hard. It could go hard. I mean, but that's the thing. Like
Luke, Ahsoka, Ezra, and Cal.
Yeah, we just have so many of these characters that are surviving when...
Just have those four survive. And then Cal finds a way, or Thrawn finds a way to have, undead Sith.
I guess. Aren't they still in another fucking galaxy in Ahsoka right now, though?
Ahsoka is, yeah.
Yeah, because... the rest of them got back. Yeah.
Ezra isn't,
I forgot the rest of them were able to get back.
So then just Ezra, Luke, and Cal.
That's still crazy, though, that Ahsoka went that far to, literally send Ahsoka to another galaxy. That's never been done in Star Wars before, even though the show, wasn't perfect.
So, they're probably gonna... they just need to retcon the sequels.
I know.
Because they're probably just going to make it where she's stuck there for the rest of until after the sequels. And then she comes back after the sequels. We don't fucking want that. Have her help Luke build the Jedi Order.
They're doing Ahsoka season 2 right now. They're filming.
Yeah, but it's all going to be on the other planet. Everything with her.
But they're going to have Baylan Skoll and all them
on the other planet.
Baylan's still with her, isn't he? I forgot. It's been a
long
time. Only
people who escaped were Thrawn and Ezra.
You're right. Yeah. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I forgot. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that they did allow too many characters that were fan favorites to survive past the Inquisitors, the Order 66, all that. But I think there's still potential for him to live. It's just probably better at the end of the day if he does die, even though I don't want him to. It just makes more sense canonically. That's just my opinion. But
it'd be cool if you had a kid with Merrin, and then he sacrifices himself for the kid, and then a fourth game is a spin-off with that kid after the OT.
I could fuck with that. Have a half Jedi, half witch.
That'd be a pretty powerful motherfucker.
Although, do the witches have to be
use
a woman?
The Force.
They use magic. They don't use the Force.
They use
a little bit of the Force, but it's mostly magic, their own, sorcery.
So then you could use both, and that'd be a cool gameplay mechanic.
It would, but can't only the women be witches though? I don't think, because the Night Sisters, right? I don't think any of the like Maul doesn't have.
Well, maybe it's just a part of their culture.
Maybe
where the men didn't try to use magic.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential for the third game. I really would like to see Cameron Monaghan in live action at some point.
That's why I'm saying let him survive.
But, if he dies, he dies.
No, stop.
I don't want him to, but...
That's my Pookie.
Anyways.
Okay, sorry, that was gay.
Is that all you have for that one, or?
Yeah, that's all I got. So, yeah, that'll be all we have for this episode today. Did a shorter one for you guys this week.
1 second. I want to talk about the KOTOR remake. Please, for the love of all that's holy, don't cancel it. It's been like canceled.
Oh yeah, I'd be pissed if they canceled it.
It was like canceled, and then it was like brought back, and then it was canceled, then it was brought back. I don't know what's happening with it. Please, KOTOR remake, just give it to us. I need that
because I never actually played the game. I've only seen the cutscenes, and I want to play it.
I want to play it
bad.
Anyway, that's all I had left.
That's all you got. So, yeah. So you guys heard that. Give us our goddamn KOTOR remake. We're not fucking around here, okay?
Not fucking around.
But yes, this is all we have for our 4th episode of the podcast. Did it a little shorter for you today. Tomorrow, or next week's, will probably be around the similar length of our past 3 because we are going to be watching The Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yes, and we are going to review or rank all of our all the Nolan movies except for Following, right?
Yeah, his first one.
Yeah, because I still have to watch a couple. I actually watched The Prestige and Memento on the same day, yesterday or the day before. Loved both. Excited to talk about those more on the podcast. Excited to talk about all things Nolan on the podcast. So everybody make sure to tune in next week because it is the day we are reviewing The Odyssey, and we are very excited. We think it's going to be great.
And spoiler review.
Of course, yes. But that's all we got for you guys. Thank you all for tuning in this episode. Hope you have a great rest of your day.
Peace.